Alright, welcome to the defense replays for this week. We have a lot to get through, as you can see. It's going to be a pretty long video, it's going to be a pretty long video. This is the Vita that I've built. I think she's okay. I didn't realize that she didn't have Slain, but I mean, it's whatever. She still gets the job done with multiple interactions, multiple attacks, so hopefully it's not the biggest deal. I'm not really going to be using her in anything crazy, probably just like Tempest Trials and, maybe limited hero battles if it comes up. Carla here is getting the Hollow Forms treatment. The only thing mine really needs is, probably Arch Rival and a different C skill, but I don't really know what's better than the Feud skill at this point in time for her. I mean, you could go with the Bellows and the other one, but Arch Rival is good enough, I guess, for blue units. Guarantees a KO, I think, at the very least. This Minerva is very cool, man. Like, there's a ton of stuff in here. Frozen, Liberate. I don't really completely understand the Liberate skills right now. It'll just look like some more stats when you're attacking and stuff, but overall, this Minerva is pretty cool. A ton of Canto. I gave her C skill, so it'll give her more Canto, I think. So I felt like that kind of... there's no point in running her with the Sigurd ring. Just give her like the C skill that comes on Felix, and it kind of covers all of your bases there. Just looking at some of the stuff that I have here. I'm trying to also clear out my barracks. I feel like I love this Bridget so much. I can't really think of a better build for her. Maybe she does really well with Comet instead of Arch Rival. The Arch Rival is, I guess, for like damage reduction and stuff, but she has Miracle built in, and she also doesn't have a ton of bulk, so the Arch Rival doesn't really work well in her favor. But I don't have any Comet fodder, unfortunately. So I can't really do too much there. There's Uller, man, the art is so good, and man, it's so good. I wish she was able to do more, but I don't know. Curve Shot is what I got for right now. Probably drop the lose loyalty at some point. It doesn't really help her. Maybe she'd do great with Comet, but I don't know. Still, no Comet fodder. Yes, I was able to wrap this up. I wanted to show you just where I cheated from, but Baby Tiki was the one that got the win for me. She was pretty clutch, tanking Reagan, who no one else on the team could. So I tanked Reagan, and then the whole thing kind of fell apart. Otherwise, there was no other way I was beating it, because I didn't bring any range units that could like go in and get out. And also, they actually put Canto Control. This is the first time I've seen them put Canto Control on one of the units. I think it was Alm had Canto Control in the back, and I was like, holy man, that's pretty cheeky of you, YS. Pretty cheeky, because the immediate idea when you look at it is to go in, hit, and try to run, but Canto Control kind of, prevents you from doing that. Alright, but yeah, finally I was able to beat that. The Seer Snare was very fun. I'm not gonna lie, it was a ton of fun. We got the defense replays going on now. This week is probably going to be a lot of what you would have seen from the previous week. I don't really think there is too much like crazy stuff that happened. Nothing. There's a couple of clears. The tanking one, they're going to see one with someone who was able to tank the defense with save units. I felt like that was pretty interesting. But aside from that, there wasn't too much that was too crazy going on this week. So yeah, nothing that really blew your mind or is going to blow your mind here, but it's still fun to see, what people are, using to play into the defense here. I feel like overall, having Boulder in the back, hold on there. I'm going to do this because I keep saying that I'm going to do it and I just keep forgetting. So I'm going to do it right now so that when it comes around again, I'll actually have it. I've been saying for the entire week that I'm going to give Boulder Gale Force. So yeah, this is me doing that. She doesn't need the, her A skill already does all the Triangle Adept stuff. It's, again, great that they're doing all of this Triangle Adept stuff, bringing that back into the game. I think that's fantastic. It was kind of a dead skill, so it's good that we're seeing it again. I think the last time we really saw it was on that Leon, Fallen Leon on his Refine. So it's good that they're like finding a way to reincorporate that into what we have currently in the game. Let's test this out, see what her damage output is like, or rather survivability is like against Ike, Harmonic Ike. Let's put him in. I think I had this set up here when I was showing the combination of Valley plus Rhea, and I was saying that yeah, don't do that. It doesn't work properly for Valley at the very least. It works for Rhea, but not for Valley. That you don't want to run both of them together. But not that it matters at this stage. I like I said in one of the videos today, a lot of people are moving away from Rhea as a save unit, which is interesting. Opting for Alfred and other save options. I've seen some Grimas and stuff. So yeah, Rhea is actually on the decline, which is. It's been almost a year, that I think that's the longest save armor that we've had, longest running save armor that we've had since Hector. So that's definitely, you know, a standout. It's actually longer. Is it not longer than Black Knight? I think it's longer than Black Knight, if I remember correctly, or if I'm doing the math right there. Okay.
Follow my example.
Okay, that's not much of a change, if I'm being honest.
What do I do?
Still gets it.
You are bolder.
Brave hits, really. Want to know if I could run her with Hardy Bearing if it makes a difference. We get out of there. Look at that cancel, is insane, man. Jeez. Oh, needed a cooldown there. Let's give her Hardy Bearing and see if it matters. I can't imagine having to accumulate all of this stuff at this stage in the game with the limited resources that you get. It must take forever to get all of these seals in your wherever it is that they store them, whatever that place is called. See if this makes a difference with the Hardy Bearing.
Follow my example.
Not really. Okay. Well, I guess what's happening here is that she's killing him in 2 hits, so it doesn't matter. It's not allowing the Hardy Bearing to really take effect. So I guess if he was able to counterattack, or if he survived the first 2 hits, granted probably a larger HP pool. Also, he's actually just dying in 1 hit. He's getting saved by the miracle here from Valley. I didn't even notice. So yeah, the Hardy Bearing doesn't even matter. Probably if he has better support or actual support, you know, maybe it could come into play. I was testing it just to see if she would need the extra survivability from Arch Rival, but it doesn't seem to be the case, which means I can run her in more consistently now on offense. Because one of the things that was happening is that I'd often send her in and it just felt like she was getting stuck. Even with the Edelgard ring, I still felt like she was getting stuck. So having the extra action on her from the Gale Force, I think, is probably going to be the best thing for that New Year's boulder. So that's definitely something I'm going to hopefully be able to test out in the coming weeks if I can keep her on one of the teams that she's on. Maybe I'll put her in the extra unit hole. Seems like a good unit for it since she won't really get penalized for coming into the map late. Yeah, let's see how that plays out. Especially with the warping, since she can warp in, it increases her threat range. So that's definitely something to test out. Yeah, you saw the Dimitri there, so it's pretty obvious what's going to happen. Undefended, I really can't cleanse it because, again, I'm going with the boulder. And even if I had like a cleanser, it wouldn't have been enough. The undefended would still have hit someone and, you know, they'd still be able to get in. They have enough, usually these type of teams have enough debuffs to ignore the undefended. One of the other things that I was kind of unsatisfied about this defense is that the movement is kind of bad. Here it kind of works out in my favor, but that's like not intentional. It's not necessarily built like that. They just chase down the opponent and try to get as far into a position of being able to take someone out as possible. You got shared spoils here from Gatekeeper, who is, man, this Gatekeeper is, I still really, really good. Highly rate him. Yeah, shared spoils allowing me to get the extra KO to ensure that we're able to, force this guy to surrender here. Who knows what would have happened otherwise. But yeah, the movement of the defense isn't the greatest. Probably it's because I should probably swap to a rally on Boulder instead of the reposition, because she's repositioning and then she's not, like, once she does that, she's not in a position where she can attack. So she has to come all the way from the back down, and then from there, since she has the Makai ring, I was hoping that she would potentially reposition someone and then be in a space where she could, hit someone, but it's not working out that way. So yeah, that's something that I need to adjust. I don't know, I'm thinking of, but the thing is, giving her a rally, or maybe even harsh command, it's hard to know if it's gonna pop off or not. It's hard to tell. And if I give her a harsh command or a rally, she might rally someone beside her instead of going down and rallying the armored unit, Alfred or Gatekeeper. She might not come down because the armored units only have a threat range of 1, so they can't really get that far, so there's no reason for her to go down and then rally them. The better option is to have like a positional skill or harsh command, but again, the harsh command might not pop off because she might, if the front units are debuffed, then the back units are more than likely debuffed as well, and she's not going to necessarily prioritize the front units, so yeah, that option might not work either. So like everything that I'm considering, it just leaves Balder being stuck in the back. I guess I could try to give her pivot and see how that works, if she's actually going to pivot down, but that's going to be after someone takes an action. Usually with pivot you don't go first, or even with reposition sometimes you don't go first, or maybe I should consider giving her swap. I don't know. She's just not, so far she has not been getting into positions to affect the play, and I don't like that. I haven't figured out how to adjust that yet. So that's still something that I'm considering to fix. If there's an improvement to be made on that defense, on this defense, that's where it is. Also, you see very susceptible to the undefended plays. Not much I can do about that until Valley bonus season is over, which it currently is. So since it's over, I might adjust a few things since I don't have to run Valley. Like I said, she's more of a luxury unit. You don't really need her. The Miracle is great, but if you have someone to penalty cleanse, then it's not like I would swap her out for Freyr, is essentially what I'm saying here. I could probably run for, like, that spot where the healing tower is, I could probably swap that for Freyr. That way I'd keep Camilla protected at the very least, who is the main target of the undefended plays. Usually they want to take out Camilla, so I'd have Boulder, Freyr, so I'd be able to cover both spaces. I'd be able to snipe the safety fence if they try to initiate, and also cleanse any penalties. But then also I could just not run Freyr. I could run some other penalty cleanser unit, like Saline is who I have, and that would probably be a good pairing because Saline would have substantial range, being able to piggyback off of Camilla or even Alfred. I don't know, just options to consider, I guess. Maybe even Micaiah. I could put Attune Micaiah in there as well. There are options, is essentially what I'm saying. I don't know. It's something I like Freyr the most. Since that's consistent cleansing. It doesn't. I don't have to worry about undefended at all, aside from on Gatekeeper, who I guess most people probably wouldn't target anyways. I don't know. Just some thoughts that I have. Alfred gets one tapped. Like all of the matchups that I've seen in the replays, Camilla versus Alfred, he wins the speed check against Camilla a lot of the times, but he does not survive. typically he's getting one shot, and it's to his detriment that he's a saved unit because he's always going to be surrounded by units that have bonuses, and he himself will probably have bonuses as well. And probably the worst thing about it is he's blue and she's green, and there's just no coming back from that. He just does a bajillion damage to him always. Is just not going to survive unless you can increase his HP to, I don't know, 90s or something, and yeah, it's just not happening. But yeah, you're seeing the clear here, one of the first clears. Excellent Gale Force, excellent save play. Granted, the main thing that allowed them to win was Layla and hitting the undefended on what's her face, Camilla, and then taking her out, because Camilla, if my Camilla had gotten the opportunity to, she would have killed their Alfred, so that would have been easy GG's as well. I've seen so many Croms this week. So many of these Croms this week. Yeah, very interesting. Still think Lucina is better, because swap in tight spaces, swap is better than reposition. But they were able to make it work. Got out of Loki's way, initiated successfully into Alfred, took him out, which is impressive. And then they got to work from there. That's over. This was also really good play from the opponent as well. I think this was the one that they sacked a unit. Yeah, this was the one that they sacked a unit. Boulder should have gotten Boulder. This was the only time that Boulder got a KO, and it was because they played well. But I think, no, they misplayed somewhere in there. They could have gotten out of this without sacking a unit if they'd made some better decisions along the way here in terms of the order of operations. And also they had the opportunity to take out Ivy to get the duo stuff going, and they did not do that. So yeah, that's a part of it. Or maybe they couldn't. Maybe they were dying on because the miracle was there, and then the counterattack, and then winning the speed check. Maybe that's what it was. So getting rid of Valley here was probably the best option for them. And then doing that meant that Edelgard was stuck, and they could no longer attack
unify them.
Ivy is what I'm anticipating. But yeah, I don't know. That's the only thing that I can think of in terms of a reason why they would just let the unit die. Is this Kanto? No, Kanto. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely what happened. I could have danced her here, no? Yeah. Take this out. Dance. Were they just not able to kill? I don't know, but maybe they just weren't able to kill. Yeah. That right there was the bad. Because if you kill... Okay, I see what it is. He still wouldn't have got the opportunity to activate the harmonic button on Fur, because Fur had already attacked. Maybe they should have done. No, I see what happened here. I still think that if they could have played it in a way that would have allowed them to take out Ivy. I think the opportunity was there. It just wasn't played properly, and they took the win in any case. All right, back on schedule here. I don't know why they brought this team. Loki kind of neuters this team entirely. Like, Tina is stealing the bonuses and stuff, but then Loki, and then they tried to tank it with Marth, but that didn't go well. And you'll see why in a bit. But yeah, this isn't the best team for matching up against what I have going on. But I like the idea, but I don't think Light and Dark Season is the best place for Tina unless you're going to run her on defense. I think she's probably best suited to be on Astra Anima. But anyways, like I was saying with Boulder, I feel like there's some upgrades needed there. I've been considering maybe replacing Celestial Form. I think it's a great skill, but maybe she just wants to run Arch Rival instead. I don't know. Man, yeah, I don't know. I feel like
Sappy.
getting her to a position like with the Makai ring, you want her to come down and then be able to warp in and attack, which means that you probably want to swap out her B skill for air superiority or that other one, so that she can have the increased mobility and warp in with pass and then get a KO that way. But if you swap out her B skill, then you're losing the safety fence sniping thing, which is extremely valuable. So not a good trade-off. And also, I don't think they will give another unit that safety fence sniping thing. It's kind of like the catapult thing that Duma has, and how no one else has it aside from him. That's definitely going to be the way that they're going to leave it, because it maintains the uniqueness of the unit. But you are able to swap it out. Maybe it's time that I swap it out. Maybe I'll give it a test with this setup to see. It's really just because she's in the back. If she was in the front, then I probably wouldn't have to worry about this. I'd probably run the Celica ring on her, and she'd be able to warp in and get a KO that way. I don't know. It's just something to consider, I guess. I'd love to get her into the game more so that she can just get some more KOs, is ultimately what I'm saying. Yeah, Alfred folds. Can't really do much about it. And I guess because Freya's in range, you know, they're getting some additional support that way from there as well. Again, with the Crom, I'm probably going to test him out. Like, I'll go into the barracks and see, you know, it's going to be Astra Anima season. I have Marth or Marth Lucina. Maybe I'll put Crom on one of those teams and see how he performs. Reposition, action. Oh, I don't know. I'll give him a shot. I feel like I didn't really give him a fair opportunity, so maybe I'll test it out and see how that works. But still, man, Lucina can swap twice and then shadow shift. I feel like that's overall just better than what Crom has to offer. But I guess getting him to come in turn 3 on the safety circle with the Lin ring, maybe there's some value there. We'll see. This is a good team. This was a really good clear with the Sharena. I feel like not picking up the Sharena was a mistake, but at the time I don't believe I had orbs, so that's really what led to it. And I think her banner was pretty bad. I think she's the standout unit on that banner, if I can remember correctly. But yeah, if I had her, I would have probably built a team around her for light season, kind of like what I have with Brave Strainer for Astra Anima. I forget what her version is called, but this other Cav Strainer is really good too. Which makes me wonder what I've done with my Bridal Strainer, because it's basically the same unit, but, you know, stats and stuff. Maybe I should pull her out of retirement and see if she can perform now with all of the additional skills and stuff that have been added to the game. Maybe I should consider that. I don't know. There's just so many units that you can potentially use just to see how they work. Kind of exciting, but at the same time, like I was saying in that other video, man, fodder. I don't have the fodder to build all of these units that I want, which the point that I was kind of making there was it makes the Forma Soul and the Binding Worlds more enticing. It makes it look like something that you should probably consider, but then at the same time, probably no. Yes, you get the exact skills that you want. Yes, you're able to build a unit and get them at a cost, but at the same time, if you can just summon on banners overall, you'll eventually get fodder. You'll eventually get stuff that you can, you know, scrap together and put on the unit that you want, and then build them in the way that you'd like them to be built. Instead of constantly having to use your Farmer Soul and your Binding, you can just use those on something else. Is essentially what I'm saying, because you only get so many of those and no more, versus, you know, just building the unit yourself with fodder that you accumulate over time. And if you summon in a lot, then you will eventually have enough fodder to just build the units the way that you want to. So it's kind of
This is surprising.
where do you place your value? Where do you see yourself leaning towards in terms of, you know, just which option is better for you. And I think probably getting the Binding Worlds or the Former Souls is better because orbs to spending ratio, you definitely get more value from the Formers because it's already built. And especially with the Binding World, you'll also get the Dragon Flowers as well. So that's definitely something that's a huge improvement. But if you already have the Dragon Flowers, like for me, on units that you'd like to build, then it's probably not that huge of a trade-off. And then also the blue stars do look hideous. So, and also not only that, when you get them, you override whatever boon that you have, and the majority of the time I have plus speed, which is fantastic. I usually trade few to plus speed, and then when I get the blue one, it removes it, which like that's the worst design that they have ever implemented, and there's just nothing that you can do about it. So yeah, I don't know, it's a lot to consider, but there's a ton of units that I would like to build and just test them out and see if they're good enough, see how they can perform. It'd be great, again, if we had another game mode to be able to use all of these units in. There's Conquest, but the one that's run every week, but I kind of just auto battle that. I don't really ever really change the units or, you know, swap stuff out unless I have to, unless I notice that they're weighing too quickly, and then I intentionally make the units worse or put in worse units so that they take more time to win. But yeah, we need another game mode. The Grand Conquest one, I feel like there's value there. It's just that it's so easy to auto battle that maybe if they remove the auto battle option, but then people would probably hate playing the mode. Or maybe they should add one more tier that is just so difficult that you have to play it manually. I don't know. I don't know how to solve that problem, but overall, it just comes back to the game just sometimes feeling like it's not challenging enough. But yeah, this was another fantastic clear. If I remember correctly, I think they do win this one. Yeah, very well played. The losses that I took on defense this week were very good loss, except for that one where he sacked. But I mean, overall, they played really well. No complaints. Ingrid, was this the one? Oh, this was the one that this was the one that someone died, if I remember correctly. Yeah, this was the one that Boulder got the KO in. Yep. They're going to try to box in the two units here, and it just was not the best idea. But they didn't really have much options, because Valley, where Valley is, you're going to burn some actions to try to KO her, and they didn't start that process yet. She's basically a sponge. You got to kill her twice. Able to get rid of her, and they just didn't have any options, or they didn't it just, I don't know, and it looks like Sharina was dying there, unfortunately. I could have gotten 2 KOs here if Valley had attacked Golveg instead, but yeah, oh well, never mind. So close, man. She's so cool. Oh, the shadows thing. I don't know. I don't really care. Why are you telling me to vote for shadows characters? Why? I don't care at all. I don't care in the slightest. Just give me my CYL units, you know? Let me vote for those. I guess it's a way to get the roster back to the beginning so we can vote for Ike and Roy again and get those units into the game once more in some capacity. It's going to be interesting. The most interesting thing about it is, where are these units going to be? What banner are they going to be on? Is it going to be just a Shadows banner? Is it going to be 1 winner or 4 or 2? And then again, where is this banner going to be? Is it going to be in August, which is already filled with so many stuff to summon on? Are they going to be individual units on legendary banners, legendary mythic banners? What form are these units going to take? Those are really the questions that are the most interesting thing. out of the whole conversation. But I mean, overall, it kind of also feels like a push to get us to play Shadows, and I just do not care about that game mode. Unless they had, like I said before, they should have really incorporated it into Faye as a link or something. That way we'd probably play. But I guess I heard this from Brian, and I completely agree. It feels like they're stealing resources to focus on Shadows, where they could have just put that resources into Faye instead. And I don't know how I feel about that. I don't think that's a good thing. I don't know, man. It just doesn't feel good overall. But I guess it's another thing to look forward to, if anything, because of the questions that I raised. You know, where is it going to come up, stuff like that. I mean, it's always good to have something else to consider in the game. It keeps things fresh at the very least, but I don't care about these units, man. I genuinely don't care. Just make it a surprise instead, you know? Okay, we got a late defense replay in here. This one was another loss. Well played at that, so we're just gonna run it through so that you guys can see what happened. Mythic Dagger here, which we don't see very often, but this one scores for the opponent here, so that's why she's here. No Peony on this team, which probably doesn't matter since Peony wouldn't really benefit from the support that's being offered here. Was there? I think there might be a Crom that comes up here. I don't remember, but a lot of the legwork is done by Camilla here in terms of taking out the big threat, who is Alfred. On my defense here, Alfred, again, is very, very good. If I was running Alfred, I'd probably running Rhea. Similar roles, fast save versus tanky save. I guess in the long term, Rhea might come back around once Alfred just completely starts to get outsped. We might see Rhea come back around, but for now, Alfred is the kid on the block. Or maybe in between, we'll get a save unit that's just better than both of them. I mean, there is the Valentine's banner coming up, so there's definitely something to be considered there. Again with this Crom, man. I guess he's just the best unit to have in the extra hole. If you don't have. I don't know why people don't believe in Lucina. I feel like I'm the only one, but I'm probably going to give him a shot in the extra hole as well. I'm also going to upgrade Medius because his performance this week, I mean, I just got to give it to him. He took out like 2 or 3 units, so he's definitely performed well enough to deserve me upgrading his kit. I got a ton of Tikis, and I just have no plans for the dragon fodder, so I might as well just give it to him. And then also I have that Niffle. Like, I gave that Niffle the refine. It's pretty good, but I don't think I'm actually going to use the unit, which kind of sad. Like, it's a decent refine and stuff, but I have enough units for Arena Assault. And
Keep your guard up.
Again, there's just no game mode that I'd really want to use her in. It's not like I'm going to use her in Summoner Duels. You know, so I don't know. It's probably back to the barracks with her then, because it's not highly merged, not highly invested. Just got a pretty good refine in it. I have nowhere to really use it, so it's kind of sad, unfortunately. But yeah, they played really well here, taking out the defense. No complaints. I don't know. Not a lot of adjustments that I could make. I was considering, but then also I didn't get her Time Dollar, which would have stopped the first attack and probably kept Alfred safe. But again, I didn't get the unit, so can't really do much there. Well, the banner's still ongoing, but I'm currently pulling on the flyer banner because I think there's more value there. Again, Boulder doing nothing, which is... Man, I don't know. I might just drop the B skill for air superiority. I might just do it because it just makes her more of a threat, I think. But you really don't want to give your opponent 3 turns to just do whatever they want, you know? Alright, that's pretty much it. No additional replays, like I said. This week, or Neathhager backup for Astra Anima season. Neathogger and Golveg, the mythic version. And then we have New Year's Heimdallr, who's bonus. I didn't see any Heimdallrs this week, which is interesting, but probably next week we'll be, having to deal with that.